American naturalist John James Audubon visited the Florida Keys in the 1830s. Taking inspiration from the tropical environment that surrounded him, Audubon artfully recorded his observations. In Key West, the Audubon House Gallery holds a collection of this and other works from the acclaimed ornithologist. The gallery pays homage to Audubon and is a source of inspiration for one local painter.
John James Audubon came to the Florida Keys in 1832. He painted 22 birds, and some of them were the more iconic ones that we know. For example, the flamingo, the roseate spoonbill, the brown pelican. Audubon had a vision. He wanted to do something that had really never been done before, was to create a field guide of birds where the birds would be life-size in their natural environments. They were a process of a copper engraving, and they were all hand-colored after that according to the specifications of Mr. Audubon. And when you go into the house, you're actually going to see an artist proof of the white-crowned pigeon, which was done in the Florida Keys. The Geiger tree flower is on that print, and this artist proof is something that Audubon himself basically touched. The gallery itself carries original antique hand-colored lithographs and engravings of Audubon's, dating anywhere between 1827 all the way through to the 1870s. The gallery is part of the grounds of the Audubon House. The property is approximately an acre. Audubon never set foot in that house. She was actually constructed after his visit. She was built after the hurricane of October 1846, and we know that Audubon came in 1832, which makes it impossible for him to have stayed here. The house was nearly destroyed in the 1950s. It was saved from becoming a gas station by the Wolfsons, who ended up restoring the house, bringing it back to her former glory, and purchasing all these 22 birds, these original pieces of artwork, to commemorate Audubon's visit. Audubon basically worked in watercolors. The octavos, the small pieces that you see on the walls, are actually originals as well, because Audubon decided to bring it to 1/8 of the size to make it more affordable. When people come in, they're always looking for a spoonbill. They love all pelicans, and quite frankly, one of the prettiest matchings that Audubon ever did in terms of his prints are the white and the brown pelican. In the case of the Carolina parakeet, which is the only parrot he ever painted and which is extinct, the bird ate cocklebur, so the painting is going to have the cocklebur along with the birds.
I love John James Audubon's work. I was approached by the curator of Audubon House and was asked to show, and I jumped on the chance. I paint birds, all kinds of birds, especially parrots. My duties as a resident artist here is very simple. I paint my paintings in my studio, I frame them, I photograph them, and then bring them into these wonderful people, and they hang them.
Over the last 8 years, tremendous care has been done in order to reacquire pieces that were historically correct and to tell the true story of the Geigers. So we actually have a spyglass of his, and we have his glasses. And those pieces to us are just very heartwarming and important. They're going to walk away with the knowledge of how an extremely wealthy family lived in the Florida Keys in the mid-19th century. And we want them to feel as though they came to an oasis of tranquility, of learning.
For more information on this gallery, visit audubonhouse.org. And for details on their resident artist, log on to cynthiaculp.com.